Probably 5. Geena, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
How we doing?
Not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Still volleying.
Somehow still
all
volleying.
These years.
Yeah, I know. I think, we ran into each other on... Oh,
yeah.
We ran into each other on the Strand, what was it, at the end of last season?
Yeah,
when you were with...
Who did I end with?
Juan.
Oh, yeah, Juan.
Yeah.
Figueroa.
Yeah, Figueroa.
That's right.
Throwback SC, and we were just I'm like, yeah, I'm still holding it down somehow.
It is funny.
But I mean, it's like I still enjoy it. My body still feels good, and
perfect.
why not?
Yeah, you've done you've had an efficient career. You haven't just like burned it all at once kind of thing. I feel like it's funny. I see just over the years, we see people like Wanchi or Murphy Troy or whoever, these people we went to college with maybe, or and they've done so much since their volleyball careers, and then they talk to us and we're like, yeah, still playing.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, my friend, I mean, I have some friends who they played in college too, or maybe they played overseas after college, and they've come and watched me play maybe at the Manhattan Beach Open in the summer, and they're like, I don't know how you're still doing it. And I'm like, well, one, I never stopped.
Right.
Because I think if you
That's
stop,
a huge key, yeah.
right, and try to come back, so, I haven't had kids, and I've,
right, that'll help too.
Yes, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think I deduced that I'm like one of the oldest females, or if not the oldest female on tour.
Oh.
So practicing against all these young guns and yeah.
Who else would be up there with you?
Well, I know last year Kendra Van Sweeten played some of the contenders.
Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Our timeline is the oldest.
Yeah.
Luckily, Phil's still around on the guy's side. So
right. Like there's
he's
some
keeping
older
some
men.
people young.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like Trevor's probably one of the oldest. He's younger than me.
Yeah, I think I'm like a month older than him.
No way.
But yeah, it's just weird to think of. I mean, I still feel 27 in my mind.
Yeah.
But
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It's all about how you feel.
Yeah.
The camera's lined up, right?
It looks like it.
Okay, cool. It looked like it was aiming at you. I mean, it's probably better that it's aiming more at you, but
yeah, it looks pretty centered.
We're good here. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I went by the national team practice today.
Oh, cool.
First of all, there's like 12 coaches out there. I was blown away.
That's what I heard.
For the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the men's side is doing the whole, what do they call it?
The A1.
Centralized,
the centralized
system or whatever. It looks pretty cool though. It was cool. It like felt like a real practice. It feels like guys are getting like solid reps, like different courts had different things people are working on, and then all coming together after, and then they're competing, and
yeah,
it was cool.
I know it's interesting because I think they had discussed it with maybe doing it with the women too,
right.
But with some, like you have Taryn and Kristen who are in Louisiana and they'll never come out here, or Kelly and Megan who kind of like doing their own thing down south. It's hard to do that then.
For sure.
It's also hard because with the women have proven that whatever they're doing is working since we've medaled a lot, whereas the men,
haven't.
Right. Which is, I mean, we have the talent and the potential. It's just kind of like, what do we need to change in order to make the results happen?
Yeah. The women's side is like, we're getting results we want. So like, let's not mess it up kind of thing. I know they've been like thinking about whether they wanted to go that direction. So it was like almost like an opportunity to just go half in on it, test the waters, nothing to lose on the men's side. And it's working out well for a few of the guys. I think some guys could maybe get screwed by it a little bit, and some guys it'll help them a lot. Younger guys, because they might not have top tier coaching, they can't afford it, blah blah blah. As long as they're playing good, they get all that exposure to the top players, everything. And then so those guys will develop quicker, and then the top guys. If you had your partner set and your team and everything was just dialed already, then it'd be like, I don't want to have to do all this stuff.
Right.
Like I was dialed in.
Right.
In my whatever peak years where I felt like I had my whole team dialed, and then they throw this on me, I probably would have been pretty bummed. But I don't think any teams really have that
on the men's side. Yeah.
Yeah, the women definitely do.
Yeah, I think it's also hard because our sport really doesn't have that many coaches.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Right, because you can make more money coaching in college. or if you were a former pro, a lot of them have gone to go coach in college because there's, more of a livable income and there's benefits, all that stuff. So our sport, it's tough. And like, I feel like I've always created a team around my team, which has been really helpful because you tend to have your system and your, not just from volleyball, but your belief system and your values and support system, all that. But I'd be interested to see how that would even work on the women's side. Yeah. And it's tough because
now it's gonna be a little weird.
I also think it's weird too because there are pros and cons to it all, right?
For sure.
Pro is you're training against the best every day. So you're bound to get better in that sense. Yeah. Con is hopefully they bring in other minds to practice to grow your mindset.
Yeah, you're not just seeing the same.
Right, but if you're not, then you're seeing kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
And everybody's fitting into this mold.
Yep.
Or maybe they're adapting to whichever team they're working with specifically and what their strengths are. But
And I mean, yes, iron sharpens iron for sure. But then there's also they're still your competitors.
Yes.
So going out there and exposing maybe a new thing you're working on, or like you're going to change your whole offense this year.
Yeah.
And then you just do it in practice. It's like, well, there was no element of surprise to my new, they saw it every day at practice. So they already started building defenses to slow it down or whatever. So you have that side, but I think it'll be good overall. The guys there's so many players, I think, who are in between partnerships and in that kind of, I don't know who I'm going to commit to. I think on the men's side, we have one team who's committed to
Andy and Taylor
are committed to LA, to make the LA run. Other than that, Chase and Miles, but they haven't like said we're committed. Taylor literally, they came on and said we're literally committed for LA. So for players who are kind of on the bubble there, they have the national team and if you're good, it's going to help you because the national team can kind of like push those partnerships together that they think will work. Whereas before, like for whatever reason, some partnerships don't come together that maybe should. Yeah. Whether it's the lack of communication or you have a bad history or maybe there's some ego or, a lot of things have to come together. Whereas now the national team's like, I don't think they're at the point where they're like, you have to play with them to be on the national team.
You'd have to pay more money.
Right. Exactly.
In order to do that.
Yes, exactly. But I think they're like highly suggesting it, and they're like throwing together different partnerships at practice all the time. And
interesting.
Stuff like that. And they're bringing in 3 new coaches.
Well, they have Matt Furbringer.
Yeah, they have Furby, and then he's hiring 2 assistants.
Right.
Which is insane. That's not even for the whole national team. That's for the men.
I know. And
we've talked about it a lot on the pod, so I don't know if we need to go deep, but like it's blowing my mind. I'm like, where is this payroll coming from?
I know. I mean, I'd be nice to have resources like that.
Anonymous donors are quite lovely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I heard there's rumors of actually, I know the 2 coaches.
I've heard some rumors too.
Yeah. I'm very pleased with it. I think everyone's heard already in the
volleyball community,
pro world. Yeah. But I'm not going to announce it for them.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. But what about you? What's your status this year? Every year I feel like
I know
we got to get the update and see what your goals are.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually played in my first FIVB since 2018 last week.
That's what I was thinking when I saw that. I was like, when's the last time Geena played?
Yeah, it was 2018 when there was still the 5-star system.
Yeah.
And I think it was in Chetumal, Mexico, and I played with Caitlin Ledoux.
Yeah, I think I was there. 18,
Yeah, and we got
Yeah, I think I was there.
I think we got the silver medal, and then like Carrie was playing with Brooke Sweat, and then Brandy was playing with Heather Bansley. Major throwback. But yeah, so I know I've come on here before and said like international is not a priority for me. It's not a goal of mine. And I feel like when I played with Tony in the first season we played together,
AVP League champ.
Yeah. And I felt like after that season, having beaten some of the top teams and teams that have proven themselves on the world stage too, like I don't know. let me go back a little bit. I came into the sport after college, and I was very realistic about the scope of the sport at the time, right? Carrie and April were having their major run.
Yeah.
They were unbeatable domestically.
For sure.
And I was also fresh out of college. I didn't have a lot of money. I was only starting to maybe tap into a couple of sponsors, but like even then it's like, if I'm going to go play on the world tour, you're going to be scrapping.
Yeah.
And for me, it wasn't really worth it, given I know how hard it was going to be to even do success, to do well with the scope of the way the sport looked, especially for the U.S. at the time.
And then the flip side is getting a career going, getting experience, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And so then I was working on the side too and trying to build some wealth there and be able to not be stressed and play domestically. And, at the time we had a handful of tournaments. So it's like, it kind of made sense. And then you fast forward a little bit after Benny and I had our 4-year stint together. And then I was kind of in between partners for a few seasons. Alex and April then were making their push, and they were very successful. And so I was still a little realistic about it all. And I think Tony, so I get to Tony, and it's like one of the first times in a while where I'd felt that true chemistry of like, this could be something, and I mean, I know at the end of the day, everybody has to do what's best for themselves.
Right.
And when she chose to do international with Kylie the next year, because we'd kind of talked about it.
Right.
And I said, maybe this is something that we should try. And also, like I said, we had beaten some top teams, and I know it's different to beat people consistently on the world tour.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I believed in our team. And I was at a point where I'd had, success and had sponsors, that it made financial sense for me to where I wouldn't be stressed.
Right.
And given the choices she made, though, it was kind of like, okay, back to the drawing board.
Right.
But obviously, domestic has always been a priority for me. We continued to do that until she got injured. And so then middle of the season last year, Megan Rice and I team up. Or towards the end of the league play, and we played Manhattan Beach Open and Hermosa Open together. And we had 2 good finishes. We got a 5th in Manhattan and a 2nd in the Hermosa. And so same kind of thing. It's like, if you're going to do this, you want to do it with somebody that you also not only believe in as a team, but somebody you also enjoy spending time with for long periods of time on the road. And, I mean, I think our sport right now, it's so talented, but I also think like what I'm able to do from not just an experience side of things now, but also a mental side of things compared to where I was a decade ago.
Right.
Like, I just think I have a better mindset to be able to take it on.
Right.
And accept all the success and failures that it comes with.
Less stress, maybe the same circumstances, but perceiving it less stressfully, I guess.
Yeah.
Or taking it in. For
sure. So Megan and I we discussed the start of the season that we were going to, I'm not going to jump in head first. I'm not going to play all of these events. Like, I'm not going to fly to India.
Right.
Preferably don't want to go to China. Like, but like
everyone got sick.
Right.
The usual.
Yeah. So if we can pick and choose some events that we think would be good experiences and good challenges for us that make sense with the schedule, and hopefully qualifying for the league and working around that, and other AVP events that we want to play that, like, let's give it a shot. And at the end of the season, we'll give it a true assessment of its, like, if this is something I actually enjoy and want to continue, or same with her, or if maybe it's not for me, like, she can look for somebody else to steer that path with or reassess, whatever. So we're giving it full transparency, but giving it a shot to know if it is. Because I think, like, I had a talk with April at the end of last season, and just wanted to pick her brain a little bit. Yeah. And, I mean, I know it's pretty obvious, but she's just like, why wouldn't you want to give it a try before you're done? Because you don't want to wonder what if.
Right. And what was that experience like, maybe?
In Mexico?
The experience of going all in is different experience than dabbling or, doing what you've done. Yeah. No matter what the results are, right? Right, yeah. And then, like you said, like, you've matured in a lot of ways to handle the stress differently. Yeah. But there's only one way to, like, really put that to the test, and that's like getting on the plane and doing it. I like what you've done over your career in terms of like being what you're calling like realistic about it. Like, do I have the tools, like myself, and then also the partner who's capable, not just willing, but capable. And like a lot of times, I mean, majority of the players just go in blindly and they're just like, I'm a beach volleyball player, let's go.
Yeah.
And then they lose whatever. They know they don't have the partner. They're like, well, I'll just play with so-and-so. And they're traveling around the world and stressed out and losing money. It's like, if you really thought about it, I think you probably knew from the beginning that your ceiling with this player was not very high. Yet you were just committed to that path, which there's nothing wrong with that. I probably would have done that as well. I think I had partners who were capable, luckily. But yeah, it's cool to see that someone actually pulled that off and was like, no, I'm going to actually selectively do it. But also, like, you probably thought, like when you're, over the last few years that you weren't going to have that experience or need to go for it.
No, I didn't feel the need to. I felt fulfilled in what I was doing and in a lot of other ways. And I do think that my biggest piece of advice for a lot of people coming into the sport is that if you are going to go full all in and strive for the Olympic dream, but you can't put all your eggs in one basket,
right?
And that's, I think, where a lot of people end up struggling. And, don't get me wrong, there were times where, like, I think it was the COVID year when all the events were canceled. I was in between jobs and I was pretty down. I mean, like most people were. And I was talking to my manager, Kashi, and she's literally said that. She's like, all of your eggs are in volleyball right now. And I know I've had other jobs that have helped me, but it's kind of like, I was like, oh my gosh, she's right, you know? And when that fails, you don't have anything else. Yeah. And so it's, I mean, I don't, like people always say, it's all about balance in life. And I do think that that's important to strive for, but sometimes you get pulled in different directions. So I still think it's important, you as a father, right? Like you can't have balance all the time because your kids are a priority. But when whatever it is you're getting pulled to, you're giving your all into that and being present with that. Yeah. And so for me, it's kind of, that's what the mentality I've had is I strive for balance. It's not always possible, but when I do, I'm trying to give my all to what it is that I'm being pulled towards. Yeah.
It's like you're figuring out how much capacity you have to give to that, and you give all of that capacity, but like, you're not going to give your full capacity to one thing. I think most beach players do that a lot. I mean, I did it for sure, for the most part, but then I just had too many outside things and the capacity, and ended up not being there eventually. Is there like a draw towards, I mean, you've done this, you haven't been on the world tour, but you've kind of done it all. Like you've done the Norsecas, you've done world tour, you've traveled the world. Is there a draw to just travel the world tour and be on the world tour full time for, I guess, is that first time, right?
Yeah. Well, so we,
if we want to call it full time, I don't know. Right. I don't know what full time means nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, there is a draw. I think, I got a little taste of it this last week in Mexico. Yeah. It's tough. It's like this internal battle because when I travel for fun, I'm moving around, I'm checking out all these cool places, exploring. But when you're there for work, right, you have to perform physically. Yeah. So you're not wanting to overexert yourself. Yes. So instead of being able to go for a walk on the beach in the sun or whatever it is, you're having to sit in your room and rest. Put your legs up. Yes. Yeah.
I know. That's the tricky part for sure. And it's like, especially when you're young or at any age, like a lot of these are kind of once in a lifetime opportunities. Like, when else are you going to be in all these places around the world? But to like block it out and be like, no, I'm not going to enjoy it. Yeah. I'm going to focus and stay present.
It was hard.
It's super hard. Yeah. I remember having, back in the day, I think Casey and Jake and I don't know who else, whatever. Some of the teams lost early in Norway, and they were all going up to the fjords that day, the next day to like go explore. And they took all these sick pictures, and I remember being all bummed, but I was winning. Right. Like we were doing well, we were making money. I was just like, oh,
such a
man.
catch-22. Yeah, I know.
And I went twice, and I haven't seen anything besides that little town. But yeah, I've thought about that a lot too. It's just like when you're older and like way down the line, for sure I'm gonna want to have won.
Right.
But there are certain situations where your older self or younger self would want you to like go experience it, for even if there's a little bit of a sacrifice there.
Yeah. I mean, you got to make the most of it, especially if you're spending all that money to be there too. And sure, okay, if you don't perform and you don't get the result you want. That's
the tricky part, is if you lose, then you're like, well, now I can't really justify the ticket to take the tour to see the whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Because now I made less money.
Yeah.
And now I need to spend more money to make the most of this trip. And then maybe change my flight, and then I get a flight change fee.
It's
it all stacks up
for sure.
Well, I'm excited. I've watched. I got to watch Hermosa last year.
Nice.
Firsthand. I was broadcasting it, and it's really fun. It's been fun to watch Megan progress. Yes. People are like, there's like an intimidation factor now going. I mean, she always had a cannon of an arm and whatnot, but the way people are talking about her game is like, she's improving, getting better and better, and now Geena's seeing it and wanting to go all in with it, so there's some hype building here. Yeah,
it's fun. I mean, she's a freak athlete. Mm-hmm. I would say she probably has the heaviest arm.
Yeah.
In the U.S.
She's got hops too.
Yes, she has hops. I mean, she's only an inch taller than me, which is crazy.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah, I'm 5'9", she's 5'10". Yeah, so she's kind of like Brandy, but she doesn't have as long arms as Brandy. But
Brandy's got those fingernails.
Yeah,
too.
that too. A couple inches.
I can't believe she plays with that.
I don't know
how. She plays with whatever you call extended nails.
I mean, Fallon has the same thing.
Jeez.
But it adds a couple inches, you know.
I would say that's cheating.
Yeah.
I would start wearing it.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. So funny. But yeah, I mean, Megan is awesome, and the thing that's really special about her as an athlete. Obviously, she's physical phenom.
Right.
She's very level-headed. Like on the court, you never see her getting frustrated or overly. I mean, you're sure she'll celebrate the big moments and bring fire when it's warranted.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I feel very calm with her because she's so even keel.
Yeah. And
not easily deterred.
Yeah.
Which has been a nice balance on the court.
For sure.
I mean, obviously, I'm more like calm and quiet, and
Tony was just yelling at everyone.
I mean, Tony was awesome because she brought so much fire.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
she does.
It was positive energy.
Yes, for sure.
And different kind of energy. That was a lot of energy.
Yeah. To the point where it like get under the other team's skins, maybe sure. sometimes.
Yeah, hey, that helps too.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really appreciate Megan's. We work with Benny still, and she's came from LMU, which is John Mayer, so it's all the same kind of umbrella philosophy of how to approach the game. So that was an easy transition for both of us. And she did work a little bit with Betsy last season when Betsy was pregnant. So yeah, it's cool to just see her be willing to be creative in that way too.
Yeah.
With the differential learning stuff that they do. But yeah, she's been really fun to play with and spend time with. And yeah.
Have you found like, I found at the end of my career, I played with some young guys, right? And then I have to start managing how much I'm worrying about them kind of thing. Right. I think I worried, I don't know if worried's the right way, but I had a lot of attention on my team's energy, my team's communication and whatever. But then, you get young guys, or in some cases, someone could be older, but it could be someone who's riding that roller coaster of emotions, and it can pull you out of your own zone, right? Have you found that with, you've played with a lot of partners at this point. There are certain ones that kind of just take you out of your game maybe a little bit more than others?
I mean, sure.
Not to throw any
of course. I won't.
Everyone's different,
Right. Like everyone is different. And yeah, I think one of the things I've tried to pride myself in is being able to adapt to the person in order to bring out the best in them.
Right.
And I do think that, yeah, sure, there have been times, and maybe it's not consistently with the partner, but maybe there's a tournament or a match where or in practice where I've needed to not focus on myself as much and make sure that they are okay, or which I'm obviously fine with.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to not have to worry, and also it's nice to have, I don't know, like an equal contribution to.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I don't know if I've brought up before, but
why are you blocking balls too?
No, yeah. No, you don't want me blocking.
Are you bouncing the pier?
Yeah. But I think it's funny. So my sports psych, Dr. J, and I created this book that's, it's a Beach Partners Pillars book, and it's about how to develop a successable partnership before you even step on the sand together.
Whoa.
So
download this, or buy it.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. But it's really cool because the first half is self-assessment. So there's like the 5 big personalities test.
It's like a work-through book?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
A communication styles test, your love languages test, which applies to beach volleyball partnerships too. And then the second half of the book is something that you work through with the partner. So the first half you do by yourself. Second half, you kind of talk about your results. And then there's questions that help you come up with solutions so that before you even step on the court, you kind of already know and understand this person and what they need in those moments when they're struggling, or what they need, from So for example, on the conscientious personality type test, so it's like, are you a planner or are you super spontaneous? I scored a 40 out of 40 as a planner. So like, whoa. I am like,
me and you would have been good together.
Yeah.
I think I would have got 40 out of 40.
Yeah.
Spontaneous.
But that's spontaneous. That's so funny. Yeah. So it's nice because then like I tend to plan practices and, schedule teams and get that all organized because not having stuff planned freaks me out.
Yeah.
Whereas Megan has taken it upon herself where she'll like record practice and then upload it to YouTube and then organize it for our team in an Excel sheet. So we have this. That's what I'm saying is, yeah, it's nice to be able to not have to worry about your partner, but it's also nice to have roles and help contribute in that way.
Yeah.
Like the AVP used to do a banquet and they had the Pokey Awards, remember? Yes. And one of the Pokey Awards was the Anchor Award, which is the person who never showed up to practice, maybe right when it started, never brought equipment to practice, stuff like that.
You're the baggage.
Right. Yeah. So it's nice to know, like there are, because
we need to bring those back.
I agree.
Especially that one. Whoever that is needs to know that.
Yeah. Though, yeah, I mean, those were some really funny awards. So, yeah, I mean, it's been cool to kind of just have that contribution. And like I said, at the start of this was having that team that we are supportive of each other. Sure. And,
nice.
Have those values, and then doing the workbook and talking about it and learning more about ourselves and our partner.
I mean, that sounds like every partnership should probably get that book.
I mean, it would benefit everybody.
The guys are a little hard to get your partner to always do it. But I mean, for young teams or teams starting out, why would you not?
For sure. I mean, even like from a love language standpoint, like physical touch is not a love language of mine.
That's mine.
So then, so you're like probably giving your partner hugs and, celebrating.
Bit, I was thinking more with my wife.
Well, yeah, of course. But,
no, I can get down on some high fives and hugs for sure.
It's stuff like that. Whereas like mine's quality time and acts of service. So for me, it's nice if we're on the road, like let's grab a coffee, let's, or even if we're home, let's grab dinner together and get to know each other a little bit more. So we develop that trust and
that's
connection.
That's super interesting. I mean, definitely never thought about love languages for my partnerships, but I could see how that could work. Where you're just like, oh, my guy or my person needs we need to go on a little dinner date or something. You won't call it that, the guys, but
you're like, go grab a beer.
We need a beer, bro. This isn't a date. That's interesting. I mean, shoot. Young teams, I would go get that if I were you. It's a great way to just start a foundation for a new partnership or an old one,
or even
rekindle
a romantic partnership.
Right. Has anyone used it yet for that?
No, but it would be fun to experiment with that.
We need this workbook.
Hey,
that's a bigger market.
You're right.
You could make some money selling
some therapy
people in relationships.
That's not a bad idea.
There you go. Getting started here today. We need a promo code, SANDCAST promo code. We mentioned LMU earlier.
Yes.
I've always been fascinated. I've always been a fan of Johnny Mayer since I played against him back in the day. I think he just one of those players who made the most of his abilities, like from what he did indoors to the beach. He jumped well, but not crazy. He was fast, but not crazy fast. Wasn't a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 in any skill set, but he was like a solid 8 across the board kind of guy. And I feel like those are the players that I like the most, that are maximizing whatever talent they have. And then obviously you went to LMU and is building a great program there. And you kind of have used a lot of his stuff, just being connected with Benny a lot. I don't know, have you been on the sound with John much?
We've done a few practices at LMU because he's working with Betsy and Kylie a little bit this season. And so we've done some collaborative practices together.
I forgot Betsy and Kylie's a team. Ooh, that could be...
I know.
That could be nasty.
I know. Yeah, they're good. And so it's been cool because with the practices, it's very familiar to what Benny runs for us.
Right.
But yeah, the thought is, and I'm not super knowledgeable on the science of it all.
Yeah,
but,
he gets pretty into it.
Right. But the thought of what is called is differential learning. Mm-hmm. And the idea is to try skills different ways. And there's something, Benny's explained it to us before, and I might botch this right now, but if you do it at the start of practice, it does something to your brain that allows you to be creative, and as it goes on in practice, it allows you to be less frustrated or hard on yourself when you're trying these new things.
Right.
So, for example, we warm up with practice called ABC sometimes, where maybe if we're starting serving, we're trying a serve 3 different ways. So like, okay, serve facing the target, now serve offline of the target, now serve hybrid, like toss with a float and then generate spin on it, stuff like that. Or if let's say you're passing and setting, okay, you're going to alternate between passing with one eye open and then passing with both eyes open.
Whoa. Or
you're going to pass off one leg, or you're going to pass with a different starting stance each time, like feet narrow, feet wide, on one knee. Like it's so weird. You just it's like it's totally outside the box.
Right.
And it's a way to do things, skills different ways. And then it's also a way to externalize things as well, you know?
Yeah. No, I could see that working. Because in the beginning, like let's say if you commit to this style in the beginning of practice, you've automatically entered the like beginner's mindset, right? And so now it's like you've shifted from having expectations for things to go a certain way to like observing it and just being like, oh, let's see what happens.
For sure.
And then creativity comes in there because now you might pick up a skill versus like, I know what I want to work on and I know what I want it to feel like, and I just want to calibrate that feeling, and I'm looking for that specific thing versus like I'm not looking for anything, I'm observing and seeing what works. And I was like, oh wait, that kind of I might want to keep that. I might want to keep that in my repertoire because I'm trying new things.
For sure.
That's interesting.
It's cool because also we look at it as like having different tools in your toolbox.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to know what situation is going to present itself and what tool you might need to get you out of that situation. Yeah. And it's been so fun to try those things in practice when you're warming up and doing drills. And then all of a sudden I'm in the match and there's a tight ball and I have to jump bump. And we did a drill where you had to jump up and I'm like, oh my God, there it is. Yeah. That's when I needed it. And I did it right there. Yeah. Or something or hitting with your left hand. Like set was wide. Oh my gosh. I had to do a drill where I could only hit with my left. Like there's so many different situations where you never know.
It's like a structured way to like play like a kid again. Kind of, right? Like what are all these crazy things that, let's just say, like the instinctual guys who do the craziest plays, girls who do the craziest, weirdest plays. You ask them all, where did you learn that? I was like, I don't know. When we were kids, probably, right? Yeah. It was just like, we would just like do random stuff. And
not overthinking.
Yeah, overthinking it, allowing yourselves to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Friends tease you and then you move on, whatever, you know? But, I think that can like bring that out even as you're becoming a veteran in a sport, maybe. Because I definitely at the end of my career was like, I realized that I didn't want or need as many reps. Like my neck specifically couldn't handle quite as many reps. So I got super particular about like not wasting my time, you know, which can breed frustration really quickly, because then it's like, now coach wants to come in, and Travis likes some of that. I'm sure Travis steals from everyone. That's why he started the podcast, so he can steal from everyone. But he would do some stuff like that, and it was like, I have to like okay, this is productive. Like not just Travis entertaining whoever, you know, like to do their drill, because I just like was yearning to like just get my reps, get what I need, and get off the sand by the end of my career. But I think it would be a lot healthier to be in the mindset of like, no, I'm still learning and open, and like trying to find new skills and new things to apply, stay super like fascinated with the game kind of thing. For
sure. Yeah, it definitely keeps you intrigued a little bit more and engaged a little bit more. And I think that one of my values that I've established with my team is being creative is really important to me. And so our practice plans definitely, you know, promote that.
That's cool.
And I also think that there's not one right way to do a skill either. As we know, everybody's different and our bodies are capable of different things. And I remember years ago when Benny and I worked with Jeff Conover for a little bit. So Jeff he had coached Jen Kessie and April Ross during their London Olympic run. And he had told me that he used to bring in a lot of different coaches to their practices and share their 2 cents and have the girls try things different ways. And so when Benny and I had worked with him, I remember he would be like, okay, try this way. Now try it this way. And then we'd talk about it. Like, what'd you think? What felt better? You know, it's just like this open discussion versus like, do it this way. It's kind of like, hey, what felt good to you? What do you think is going to help you here or be successful? And, I mean, we're all so unique. And so
I noticed that as I went on in my career too. It was like, I always, if we practice with another team, especially if we went to their quarters, it's like, let's not like try to implement our stuff. Like, let's go see if they'll give us what they do, you know, like maybe we'll learn something new. I always never wanted to do mine because I kind of knew our practices and what it was. I also think it was really like beneficial for me to like know when we were working on things versus when are we playing. And playing meaning like allowing ourselves to make mistakes, being creative, having that creativity, versus I guess when you're working, well, actually when I'm working on something, I want to allow myself to make mistakes because I'm maybe going to force it, or, you know, when it's not in the situation, but you're working on that skill, versus when I'm kind of like, I want the coaches to tell me, hey, time to turn your brain off, like compete mode. And then that's when that kind of creativity comes out more so than the rigidness of me repping things out.
For sure.
So I just think it's so important to have that skill. And like I've been doing like more mindfulness now than I've ever done probably in my whole career. I just think it's so fascinating, all this stuff. I'm kind of testing out what I can do with my brain and how I can heal my body and whatever but a lot of that is creativity that comes up, and the science of how to tap into that at deeper levels, and even going into like the energy stuff. Like
have you read science. Joe Dispenza?
Yes.
Okay.
I've gone deep into Joe Dispenza.
I've just started to read Joe Dispenza.
You just started? Oh yeah. I'm deep on that.
Okay, well I'm excited.
It's
fascinating.
I've done about half of his course as well.
That's amazing.
I've done like hours and hours and hours.
That's so cool.
Stuff. It's cool, right?
Yeah, it's really cool what our brain is capable of doing, and how habitual we become, and how we're pretty much just predicting our future unless we actually become more conscious.
You're creating it. Yeah. No, this is what I'm spending my time doing.
That's so cool.
It is cool. It's fun, and I'm actually seeing results. So like when I was out in 2017, I was out for a year and a half, 2 years, and the guy I met in Bali, who I had on the show, Carl Massey, he put me onto his book, and I read it, And it sounds like most of that stuff, energy stuff, it's like so hard to understand. So it sounds kind of hocus pocus. Mm-hmm. But the way that he did it was like, I'm going to back everything with science, and there's no religion, there's no spirituality, there's no, whether you believe in it or not, it's just, this is just only going to be what can I prove through science kind of thing. And when he explains it and you read it, you're like, yeah, that actually, there's logic to it. I don't have to like trust you or just have faith that it's going to work kind of thing. It's like, no, that makes perfect sense. I'm down to give it a try. And the deeper you go into it, it's like, it is pretty wild. And now there's like a bunch of documentaries on it. I know Joe Dispenza has one called Source.
Oh, cool. I'll have to look at
There's
that.
another one. Yeah, it goes kind of deep into the science. Mm-hmm. There's another one that's a little easier to digest called Heal. And he's in it, but it's not his. But it explains it really well. Like if someone's just getting into it a little bit and curious what we're talking about, watch Heal, Heal. I think it's on Netflix or something like that. It's cool. It's interesting stuff. And the more I get into it, the more I start seeing all these different aspects. And I'm actually like, I want to like master it to a certain extent, like myself, before I try to teach people or anything like that. But I'm kind of like, if I come back into the sport, whether it's coaching or, I don't expect to come back to play, but like I'm going to use all this stuff. And in 2017, I actually did that. So I dabbled with it. I did the meditations. I did this 21-day, I guess it was a challenge, but it was Joe Dispenza's meditations. Mm-hmm. They're about an hour long each day. I did it for 21 days. I leaned into it, all the self-work. And then I came back from the autoimmune disease. And if you watch this documentary, that's what it's about. It's about healing yourself. It's about...
You literally can.
It's about autoimmune disease is like a huge part of it. Yeah. Anxiety is a huge part of it. Depression, all these things. Yeah. And the cool thing too is it's not all Eastern medicine. It's not, we don't like Western medicine. They're like, no. If you get your leg cut off, go to the doctor and, take their drugs and get surgery. If you get any kind of like traumatic injury, we love Western medicine.
Right,
it's amazing. But chronic illnesses, there's proof over time, and now the science is catching up to it, that proves that chronic illnesses are caused mostly by stress and like your internal state, the whatever brain, heart coherence kind of stuff, which is hard to understand. But like when you just watch that doc Heal and you start to understand it. But I'm fascinated now, like, what if I take, because I know sports psychology exists and people are going deep, but like I haven't heard this depth of like, I'm going to use my brain to like plant ideas in my head or like be able to get myself, specifically, I'm going to use these meditations to get myself into the most ideal state of mind to perform in this game. Yeah. Which like we usually doing that, we're trying to meditate and do that, but like this is going way deeper. Like I'm going to go from the beta brain waves to the alphas to the thetas to the gammas. Yeah. Like, wait, what? Yeah. What would happen if I played volleyball in the gamma?
In the gamma, oh my gosh.
In the gamma brain waves, like what would happen there?
It'd be insane.
So I'm kind of intrigued with it all of it. But yeah,
that's so cool. I know. I mean, I purchased. There's this thing called Muse. Have you heard of it? Muse. It's this headband that it's probably more accurate than any other tracking device. You can wear it when you sleep, but I typically wear it with meditations, and it tracks your brain waves.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And existed. So then you can. So I meditate, and they have guided ones, or they have ones that you just for a certain amount of time. Right. And you can do it on your own, and then afterwards you can look at the graph, and you can see each brainwave.
Oh, I gotta get this.
You gotta get on
I've been going deep.
Yeah.
I go to another world now, like with the so meditations.
Cool. Yeah, I mean it's fascinating to see, and then also just to see the benefit from it too. Mm-hmm. And kind of to piggyback on that, my sports psycho I mentioned, Dr. J, he specializes also in EMDR and hypnosis. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've heard of EMDR, but it was originally created for people with PTSD.
I know I've heard of it, but I don't remember what it is exactly.
I'm also going to botch the science of this, but there's
electromagnetic DR.
Yeah. But it's something that helps you, people who have had trauma, disassociate from the trauma that triggers you in your brain. And so you're focusing on a traumatic event or something that has been triggering to you. Yeah. And there's something about the eye movement that helps dissociate your reality from that trigger. And it's weird because when I started to do that with him, I was doing trauma from my past that wasn't related to volleyball. And as soon as I started to do that, I noticed that there were things on the volleyball court that had actually triggered me from my past that wasn't even related to volleyball. Whoa. And so as soon as I started to do the EMDR, I lost all nerves when I compete. It was just weird. There were certain things of like, I don't know, as a kid of, you know, being yelled at by your parent. Right, it's okay, my partner's upset and I get triggered because I'm thinking they're going to yell at me, you know, little things like that.
Now
so
that stress response.
Exactly.
Now your creativity levels go down.
Right. Yeah. So it's all that. So then there's the EMDR that plays a part. And then yesterday, he's actually in town. We did some hypnosis on me to prepare me for this weekend.
Cool.
And he took me through, you know, like I close my eyes and he kind of like does some hand movement to kind of, there's something about the brain that helps with that to allow you to get into your subconscious. And he walks me through this like he's having me imagine light bulbs in all of my different points of my chakras. And as we're going through it, he talks me through, we go all the way down, and then he's helping me kind of generate this energy back up through. And then afterwards, when he takes me out of my hypnosis, my hypnotic state, I mean, I don't like fully
Right.
You know, some people are more susceptible.
You're kind of deep into meditation.
Right, and you get into a little bit of alpha, theta type
you're
state.
More able to absorb information, basically, right, in the States?
Yeah. So then, you know, he brings me out of it and we talk about it and he's like, okay, so were all the light bulbs lit? And like, they were all lit. And he's like, okay, well, that's a good sign. And he's like, were they all the same size? And I was like, well, the one up here was really big. My heart one was really big, but my throat one was really small. He's like, that's so interesting. Do you feel like you're not able to speak or share stuff? You're holding back. And I feel that all the time. Like I'm somebody that doesn't tend to, I tend to try to keep the peace.
Right.
I'm not a big conflict person, even if there's things that I'm internalizing that I'd probably want to speak about.
Right.
But I also have been triggered by people's reactions in the past. So then I kind of feel like I don't have a voice, but it tied all together. I'm like, that's so crazy that even my subconscious just made this light bulb so small because I haven't been able to speak in that way. But it's just weird. I mean, from meditation and mindfulness to energies to hypnosis, it's like all so powerful.
And then before it's interesting because before, I mean, for both of us, right, when we were younger, probably, it was like, this stuff's a little weird. It's a little hocus pocus. And I think it still is like that. But now meditation's becoming globally accepted, right? And then all this other stuff's coming in. Like, all right, what is this hypnosis thing? What is this? You know, for me, the most fascinating thing is I didn't grow up religious, but to hear, if you believe, you know, the science of faith, right? It's or gratitude. Why do we say thank you and pray? You're expressing gratitude. And gratitude carries a certain energy, and that's a certain brainwave, and it connects with your heart. And your heart has a magnetic field, and that's why this stuff works. Mystical things and miracles have happened. And I'm not trying to debunk religion at all. I love that everyone has their thing. But for me, it's starting to make sense. Yeah. And there's why have these miracles happened back in the day when we had no science and nothing? It's people are isn't there a story of Jesus helping someone get rid of their blindness? It was instantly. It was a miracle or something. I think there's a story in there. Okay. I'm so bad that I don't know the biblical stories. There's stories of people at Joe Dispenza's week-long things turning off, they can't walk for a year and then they just get up and walk. They fix themselves with their brains. There's people who are gaining blindness back. There's people beating cancer, stuff like this. Wild. The testimonials are insane. I'm well, that kind of Now, like the whole religious aspect, spirituality, Chinese, Eastern medicine that's been for years.
There's something
you
to
know?
be said. Yeah.
Witches used to,
Yeah.
be like, oh, I have a potion and I'm going to do this energy thing. And then they would kill you because you're like, you're crazy. And back in history,
Yeah.
like, wait, these energy people, these things existed throughout history. We just didn't know what was happening. So we all had to like create either a story that made it make sense or I don't know. Everyone's just trying to, in Hawaii, the Hawaiians believe that there's the god of the ocean, the god of lava, the god of this, that, the other,
Yeah.
It made sense. That was the best explanation of how to make sense of the world and the things. But now that science is getting so deep into kind of this sixth sense that we can't sense energies, but now we can read them with machines and stuff.
It's trippy.
It's like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you throw AI in that. Imagine how fast AI can. I think the AI things, obviously it could be a weapon for bad, but like I think it's going to be for the better, especially when it comes to people's access to information in terms of health and wellness.
Yeah.
Like now it's really easy to get really good information about like,
or even think about like from a volleyball standpoint, statistics or like watching film or breaking down film. Like there's probably, I mean, I haven't tapped into it in that way, but
there's professionals who are now like, let's say Tony Robbins is like the ultimate life coach, right? He created a AI Tony Robbins. So he programmed it to know everything he knows. It probably took all his information of all his teachings and it has it. So now he doesn't have to, you can just have Tony Robbins as your private coach through his AI that he created. So now imagine if Serena Williams made a tennis one, right?
Yeah.
I'll be your coach. Hey, I'm Serena. I'll be here literally all day, every day, whatever you need. I'll tell you everything I know. Like,
that's another great idea. They should have that for every.
I talked to my friend about it, who's doing AI stuff with his company, and he's like, I think AI already has your information. I was like, what if I make one for Volley? He's like, I think with your podcast, they probably could probably already look up what would Triborn think, like what's his main fundamentals that he believes in, and what's his philosophy. Actually, I've looked it up. It's crazy.
That's so
they
funny.
Actually knows. So yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy what we're going to be capable of and also what we are capable of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that you nerd out on that stuff too. Because I've kind of on the DL been doing it. I was like, I'm just going to learn it and see.
Yeah. I mean,
test it out on myself. And
I'm slowly tapping into it, but I think it's
a lot of work.
Right.
Like there's infinite to learn.
Yes.
Obviously there's no like timeline, but
yeah.
And now I'm actually even more interested to watch. I'm like, Geena's trying to tap into the superhuman mental stuff. Let's see what the results are.
Yeah.
If you end up winning the Olympics, we gotta tell people about this.
For sure. That's the secret.
Yeah, for sure. I love that.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. So this is gonna come out after the first league qualifier.
Okay.
So how'd you do? No.
Yeah.
What's going down? You guys are playing right now. It's in 3 days. Right?
Yeah, Saturday, so it's in 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where there's only so much you can control, and we're just going to show up, and it's pretty gnarly situation
Super.
that everybody's got to battle through, but it is what it is. And, at the end of the day, we're just going to try our best. And we know matches to 15 are hard because you want to limit your errors and put some service pressure and side out at a high percentage. But, I mean, I'm excited, and it'll be a fun, hopefully we don't have to play all 3 weekends, but we're prepared to in case.
Remind me, did you you didn't have to qualify last year.
No, because Tony and I won the inaugural year, so we got an auto bid into the next year.
So this is your first qualifier?
Yeah.
What happened the first year?
The first year, it was...
I can't remember what happened.
It was Huntington,
that's right.
Manhattan Beach, and Chicago.
Yeah.
And so, that was when Tony and I didn't have a great showing in Huntington, And so we were kind of, our backs were against the wall for Manhattan and Chicago, and we needed 2 really good finishes, and we ended up getting 2/3.
Yeah.
Which put us into the league.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I welcome the pressure, as Billie Jean King says. Pressure is privilege.
Right.
So yeah.
My daughter's coming in with the
FaceTime.
Speakerphone. FaceTime. Hey, shh. Yeah, pressure's a privilege, and that one's a unique one because it's like we usually think of pressure as like the big packed stadium.
Right.
In volleyball, the qualifiers are the most pressure, and there's no one there. It's even like when you travel to a tournament and you're playing, you went so far to get there. It's such a grind to get to that moment to play, even if there's no one around.
Yeah.
It's even more of a pressure because I don't want to lose in this situation. I want to at least earn that match in the stadium. Like the stadium match, the one where everyone thinks is the most pressure, I think for beach volleyball players, like that's your treat.
Totally.
Like that's your reward. You're like, yes, I get to, like, this is so awesome to play in this stadium in front of these fans. Whereas like grindy little qualifiers at Manhattan Pier, like might be like the Norseca qualifiers we used to have to do. But this one is like automatic 20 grand if you qualify.
It's only 16.
16?
They changed it. So you're only guaranteed 16 now.
Jeez.
But you get bonuses if you win on your league weekends. So you have the chance to make more money.
Oh, okay.
But I think they're incentivizing.
Less guaranteed, more opportunity.
Correct, yeah. And I think they're incentivizing players in order to just...
I don't mind that.
I mean, it's like you get benefit from doing well.
They're probably paying out the same amount then, or maybe more.
It would be nice to get guaranteed the same amount and then have the chance of making more. But
because before if you won, you didn't get paid, right? You just got paid for the weekend.
Correct.
$5,000.
Correct. So it might make
I kind of like it.
Players like maybe try a little bit harder in certain situations, but
you're gonna have more. Some players make more, and some are gonna make less. So the tour's not paying out more or less, probably.
No, it's the same.
I kind of like it though, because like you look at like Andy and Miles when they dominated that whole season, they didn't lose at all, but then they made the same, or they made less than you know, which is fine if you lose the championship.
Yeah.
But like,
and I know like AVP's adapting and trying to figure out what's the best recipe. Moving forward, and before it was somewhat insanity because we were doing the same thing with the same result, and AVP was still losing money. So I'm receptive towards the changes because they're trying something new, but it's it is a bummer because like there are so many good teams in this qualifier and so many good teams that could do well in the league, but they can't, as of right now, the goal is to support more, but for right now it's the 8 teams. And
especially on the girls' side. The guys' side, there's like a lot of the up and comers. There's like a lot of question marks out there. It was like, you guys got to put in your time and grind. But like these other, like on the girls' side, it's like you said, you just like, oh, Betsy and Kylie are playing. I'm like, I keep being like, that team's gnarly. Wait, well, that team's gnarly.
Yeah.
That team. Wait, what? How deep are the girls?
I know, and like the matches to 15, it's anybody's game.
Yeah. How has it been? I'm definitely jealous of like you guys who got to play I somehow missed 2 years in a row of playing in the league, but it just looks really fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of like you're putting on a show.
Yeah.
And it's a little more engaging and entertainment and highlighting our physical abilities, given that, a lot of the events are indoors, so there aren't a lot of elements to deal with.
Yeah.
The sand's a little more shallow, so you're able to just jump higher, hit harder, and
you feel like you can like relax a little more too in terms of training, because like you said, you can maybe go walk to the coffee shop because you're not playing a whole weekend.
I show up on a Thursday or Friday. I play, or let's say we play Friday, Saturday for the league weekend. So you fly in on a Thursday. Mm-hmm. You have a little serve and pass Friday morning. You play Friday night. Saturday, same thing. And then you fly home Sunday morning. You're like, oh, quick work trip. Yeah. That was awesome. I got to play volleyball in front of a bunch of fans at a cool arena.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it looked fun.
Yeah.
I definitely like that exhibition style. Maybe because we don't get that opportunity to play in front of the stadium too often, like in the big stadium with the packed fans. And there's something about not being out in the grueling hot sun too. Like those matches, like were built for that. Like they're just like some of the best matches for sure.
Yeah.
Where you're just groveling and like who's gonna survive and like hold on. And
there's
like,
something special to the Manhattan Beach Open.
For sure, yes.
Right? It's like deep sand.
Yep.
Super windy in the afternoon.
Went all weekend.
It's super hot. Yeah, you're playing your 4th match of the day on Saturday.
Yeah. Feet are burning.
Yeah.
You know that both teams are tired.
Right.
But I love those night matches or like the stadium matches or indoor. Mm-hmm. That's just like the best environment, I think, in terms of fan engagement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fan engagement for sure. And I mean, for TV too, they can plan a little bit better. And, and I know that's a important piece.
You also can't, like, if you've been playing all weekend, you're going into endurance mode, right?
Yeah.
Like save energy.
Yes.
Like we're literally telling you, hey, don't celebrate, because that's, if you're yelling every time, energy, like, hey, stop celebrating. Yeah. Like that's not good for the sport, right? Yeah. Like when I get into those matches, I'm like a freaking hybrid car hitting the stop sign. I'll hit like a cut shot goes down, and I just melt and walk slow, and then like, like it starts up at the stoplight.
Yeah, Betsy called me out at practice the other day because she was like, "Oh, how many times are you going to clean your glasses?" And I was like, "Hey, 90% of the time there actually is sweat on my glasses. The other 10%, yes, I am slowing the game down, but it is a tactic."
I wish we could like have these stats, like so and so is actually a glass cleaner 50% of the time. It's actually a fake glass cleaner.
I mean, I didn't know
we should have a glasses checker down there.
You should.
Like, oh nope, you don't get one.
Yeah.
I have to give it to them right
to
there.
Check.
Yeah, check.
Yeah. I mean, even the FIVB this last week, in Toxicala, it's over 7,000 feet elevation, and of course, there are moments where you just can barely catch your breath.
Yeah. Oh,
and I go over to try to like fill in sand on a divot under the line, and the ref's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, I could do this in AVP, but damn,
isn't that annoying?"
Yeah.
And then they don't let you talk to them either. Not really, right?
You can't argue any call.
Yeah, they won't even look at you sometimes.
No, they're just like, "Nope," which is like, okay, I respect that.
I don't love it.
I mean, I don't love it either, because sometimes we had a really bad call. Megan got this sick block, stuffed the girl straight down. And it was so fast, though, you couldn't tell if the ball was in or out. Like the line judge called it out. Up ref listened to the line judge.
Right.
We look at the ball mark, and you can't see the whole ball mark, which means that it clearly hit the line.
Right.
And we ask for a challenge. The ref comes down, talks to the line judge, but doesn't talk to the down ref.
And then look at the ball mark?
And they looked at the ball mark, and she still called it out. And we were like, wait, what? And it was for match point. We end up siding out the next ball, though, so we end up winning the match.
Yeah, okay, thank God.
And as we're shaking hands with the other team's like, that was a horrible call. Like, they looked at the ball mark, that's in.
Can you imagine if you lost that?
I know. And I mean, like, luckily we had a handful of points lead, so we weren't too stressed. But if it had been closer, we would have created upheaval. And then later on in the tournament, we ended up running into the down ref, and the down ref came up to us and apologized, and basically he had a talk with the up ref afterwards, like that call was pretty bad, you can't make that call,
right,
know. But yeah, it's just tough. You just can't argue, and
that's how it goes.
Yeah,
that's sports.
Can't fill in lines, can only clean your glasses for so long.
Well, you look at the challenge system, and it's right like half the time.
I know,
right?
Yeah.
So all this 99% of our season that's played without challenges, like how many
balls
are wrong?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially touches, like you can't call it.
Yeah,
it goes off my fingernail.
Right, and then you have the debate. This is like something I talk to a lot of players about, is honesty rule.
Yeah.
Okay?
I like this.
You do touch, like if you touch the net or if you touch the ball, what do you say, if anything?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on the side of things where if you're paying me to ref, I'll make the call.
Right.
And I know my moral compass is probably going crazy right now, which like, yeah, you want to be honest, and at practice, of course, I'm always going to be honest. But in the match, unless something isn't like blatantly obvious, I'm like, it's not my job.
Yeah.
Nor is it,
100%.
Nor is the ref allowed to ask me, nor is the other player allowed to ask me.
Yeah, walk away.
Yeah, you just walk away. You don't even say no, right? Like that's lying.
Right.
You just say nothing.
Yeah.
Not my job.
That's kind of where I'm at with that for sure. I'm not gonna make calls. If At practice, I call literally anything.
For sure.
If there's no refs, I'll call anything, or I'll even give it to the other team.
Right.
Like most of the time.
Then it's a good challenge too at practice.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I lost the point. It's harder for me to know.
I can't stand it when people argue at practice. I'm like,
yeah.
Who cares? Dude, you're so wrong, and I'm going to give it to you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? I'm still going to beat you. Yeah. But yeah, for me, it's if there's a ref there, then that's their job.
For sure.
Not my job to call it. Because they're going to miss stuff. And then if one of us, if we have this like, hey, we're all going to call our own thing, but then you don't, like, does that mean I should start not calling my thing? It's like, no, we're not calling it. It's the ref's job right now.
Yeah.
But I agree with, it's super douchey if you're going out of your way to lie.
Yes.
So like, the ball's in and you run to the ref, it's out, I promise it's out. And it's in. Mm-hmm. That's where it's like, that's a pretty douchey move. Or you touched it.
Or you touch it and you're just like, nope.
Yeah, for sure. I just walk away. And I don't, like, refs should just look at us. Because, like, if I don't say anything, then I probably, if I didn't touch it and I think you're questioning it, I'm going to tell you. I'm
for
like,
sure.
No, do not call that I didn't touch it.
For sure.
But if I did, I'm probably going to have my back to you. And I'm not going to be saying anything at all. And then the other team, I love it when the other team calls you out.
Yeah, they're like, you touch.
They're like, hey, try. Come on, try. Hey. I just look away and I just start walking. Right. I'm like ignoring them, and then they make the call, and then I give them a look. Like, oh.
I know.
Because the internationals, there's certain countries that feel like they need to call everything.
I saw one time. This was last year.
It's not even. It's like, well, if we're not all doing that. Yeah. So like, just because you decided I'm gonna be super honest and call everything, is like,
right.
The whole world tour would have to be on board for that to make sense.
Right, and not everybody's going to be on board for that.
No.
I mean, I saw one situation.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Physically, they just can't tell the truth.
And last year there was one where a team, this is a men's team, they called a touch. The blocker was honest. I touched that. Yeah. It was the third set. They end up losing the next 5 points. And then they lost the match.
Probably because their partner was so mad that they called it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But it's like, it's tough because, yes, okay, you did touch it. Technically, it's other team's point.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I don't know. It's such a tough line to walk. Sports
has a ref.
What other sport?
That's it.
Okay. What other sport do NBA players? If there's a ball.
Oh, these guys are terrible.
Right, but they're not.
NBA guys are hard to watch.
Right, but they're never gonna.
I want to
call against themselves.
No, never.
No other sport does any other athlete call against themselves.
Sometimes they'll do it to like speed it up. Like, hey, we're going to challenge. It's like, no, don't challenge it. Clearly, you're going to see it on the camera. Like, I touched it. Or whatever. You know that you're going to lose it anyway. Yeah. You call it, whatever. Or maybe you were under and you like almost sprained their ankle and you just feel bad. Like, hey, that's my bad. I interfered. But yeah, like these NBA guys, I want them, like, ESPN has stats on everything. Mm-hmm. Can they please get stats on how many times these players complain and are wrong? Yeah. Like, and then we go and sit down with the player, like, hey, 23 times this game you gave a dirty look or yelled at the ref and he was right every time. Just curious what you. Yeah. It's become like, and it's the soccer thing. The soccer is the worst of all, right?
The flops and the
problem is it works every once in a while. So as a competitor, if you know you can get 1 out of 5, why would you not try for all of them?
I mean, water polo is also another sport.
Water polo is gnarly.
And then they can't see under the water. Yeah. And they're just, but I mean, luckily.
Like, can you see this? Like, I need stitches. These people are like grabbing my skin underwater.
It's crazy, but I mean,
super
this is why
violent.
I love volleyball. It's a non-contact sport. Yeah. I don't have to worry about any of that.
No. Yeah. Water polo is probably the worst in terms of like, I mean, I guess like being at the bottom of a football or rugby scrum. Yeah. Where guys can, there's been like little times when a camera's caught. There was one guy they caught him like hitting dudes in the nuts and like punching them or grabbing them or like doing weird stuff, like because there's at the bottom of the pile. He didn't realize no one could see. Yeah. And doing like super weird stuff. And then the players react and they get flagged. So he's like, got it. Yeah, but still. Like,
I know.
Anyway, that's quite a tangent we can go on there. But yeah, AVP qualifier up next.
Yep.
And then what about international? What's next?
we signed up for Brasilia at the end of April.
Okay.
But the rest of our season's a little ambiguous given that we don't know if we're in the league or not.
Yeah.
Because the league will take up weekends that we obviously have to plan for.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else is up in the air.
So the usual, just winging it.
Yep, winging it.
Sounds like beach volleyball player life.
Yeah, my 40 out of 40 planner mind is going crazy right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anything else?
No, I appreciate you guys
Thanks
having
for
me
coming
again.
on.
Yeah.
It's a fun conversation. Excited to see what you and Megan put out there. Fierce competition for sure. But it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Geena.
Yeah.
Shoots.